of my schedule to come out here and listen to our veterans, to hear what you have to say. This isn't something new for me. Some of you know that I worked very hard in the state legislature, but also recently in the House of Representatives to help put forward the agenda for veterans, both men and women. And even now, more importantly, as the Secretary of Labor, I have the privilege and honor to be able to work with veterans, to help them find employment opportunities as they return to this country. Make no mistake about it, we do not have to leave anybody behind, and we will make every effort to see that our veterans who are coming home, those young men and women returning from Afghanistan and from Iraq, find full support here in the United States. That's a commitment that President Barack Obama has. That's a commitment that Hilda Solis has as Secretary of Labor. I think we all can understand and appreciate Southern California. Southern California has the highest concentration of veterans in the entire country, believe it or not. And many of you are here in this room or have siblings or parents or grandparents who help to defend our our country's freedom, And that is something that we will never forget. We know that currently right now we are going to be seeing many injured, physically injured, mentally injured veterans that will be coming home. And our responsibility will be to provide them with the assistance, the medical help that they're going to need from the Veterans Administration, rehabilitation services, but more importantly from the Department of Education, that right to go back to work. Because we're finding that there are employers right now that are refusing to give our veterans their jobs, their rightful place back at work. We have an obligation to do that, and we have an arm of the Department of Labor that will see to it, once we get those complaints, if we do get them, that they have an obligation to rehire and bring those folks back on board. More than importantly, I'm interested in hearing what you all have to say about the conditions for working people. There are so many veterans that I've come across that work in different industries across our country. And more importantly, those jobs right now that are suffering the most. We have a high concentration of veterans that work in the construction industry, in the building trades industry. Unfortunately, I don't have good news to report. There are well over 5 million people that are currently unemployed in our country as of 2007, December 2007. We continue to see that number increasing, but there will be a light at the end of the tunnel because this president has made it a priority in his stimulus program, the American Recovery Act, to provide $787 billion to help stimulate our economy, to put money into infrastructure so we can repair our buildings, our roads, our railway systems, and also restore integrity in the workplace, put people back to work, put people back and putting them first, allowing them to collectively organize and bargain, but also more importantly, have a Department of Labor that will stand next with them, not beating down on them, but helping to lift them up. I'm excited because we are going to be undertaking a whole new revamping of our department. And one part that I'm very excited about is this whole area of green collar jobs. $500 million has been made available so that we can infuse into our communities, communities like Los Angeles, San Gabriel Valley, San Fernando, the Bronx, Miami, Tampa, Florida, New York, wherever there are working people that have been dislocated. This is where that money has to go. And it has to be about building new techniques, new career ladders, new opportunities, so we invest in renewable energy. And we also provide the security, energy security, that we so deeply need in this country. You know, just a year ago, remember the high cost of gasoline? Remember who controls where that flow of oil comes from? More importantly, now's the challenge for us to create jobs in the renewable industry, to reduce our carbon footprint, and to make sure that there's jobs for every single American, for every single working man and woman that wants to work in this industry, that they are able to, and they have an opportunity to do that. And I'm talking about the diversity that I see in this room. And I certainly want to make and underscore that we want to see veterans be a big part of that, especially those that are coming home that need a job.